I'm Steve Wilkerson, and I'm with Jim Saunders, Executive Editor of the News Service of Florida. Jim, Governor Scott announced a compact, another word for that is deal, with the Seminoles regarding gambling activity on their properties throughout Florida. The state under this deal would receive $3 billion over 7 years to grant the Seminoles certain exclusive and expanded gaming rights on their properties. The legislature has to approve this. This can't be done by the governor alone, and this sets off a potential frenzy of lobbying activities for the 2016 session. Let's talk about some of those. So take it away.
Well, I think frenzy is probably the right word because the lobbyists are going to be coming out of the woodwork on this. It isn't just about the Seminoles. It also involves pari-mutuel facilities all over the state are going to get involved in this debate, and it's going to be probably one of the more interesting and potentially fun things to watch this session. As you said, it's a $3 billion deal. If I could back up for a second.
Sure.
In 2010, the state signed a long-term compact with the Seminole tribe, and part of that deal allowed the Seminoles to offer games like Blackjack at some of their casinos. That part of the deal, the Blackjack part, expired this summer. So they've been negotiating and trying to reach an agreement since then to try to extend, essentially, the deal. That has led to litigation between the state and the tribe. But as you said, Governor Scott early last week came out with this proposed deal. So it touches a wide array of issues, not just for the Seminole casinos.
The entire gambling industry, for lack of a better term, which is widespread and in a bit of a transition from the way it used to be, say in the pari-mutuels 20, 30 years ago and the way it is now. They want some changes approved, right, for themselves. I'm talking about greyhound tracks and horse tracks and so forth.
One of the issues in this that's going to be interesting to watch is what's known in Tallahassee and in the industry as decoupling. Essentially, the proposed compact may allow greyhound tracks and horse tracks to no longer offer live racing, but they would be able to offer other games. Like in North Florida, for instance, they can offer poker rooms. And in certain areas, Broward and Dade, they also have slot machines. But basically, it would allow them to continue offering those games but not have to offer live racing.
So that's almost like making them into casinos.
Right, and this has been a controversial issue in recent years related to greyhound tracks because attendance and the handle at greyhound tracks is way down from what it used to be. As you alluded to, I mean, Florida has this history of dog tracks and horse tracks, but over the years, the number of people going to the tracks for those activities and gambling has gone down dramatically. So there's been this debate in recent years about not requiring the greyhound tracks to offer live racing, and instead they would still be allowed to offer the other activities that are more lucrative. So that is one issue that's part of this, is going to be part of this debate. And you've got some pari-mutuels who do not want to offer these live races anymore. But there are other parties in this. You've got the horse industry, which in parts of the state is very influential and important economically. You look around Ocala, for instance. So there's going to be that element. There's people there's animal rights activists who don't want the races. So that will be one of the issues to watch during this debate to see how that plays out. But it could be a major change in Florida's gambling industry if they're not required to run live races anymore.
I guess another way to look at this is there'll be a whole sub-war, sub-competition over certain specific issues like who's going to get slots and who's not, right?
Well, and that is another major issue to watch. The proposed deal that the governor has put forward would allow slot machines at the Palm Beach Kennel Club and at a new facility, which is unnamed or unselected at this point, in Miami-Dade County. Slots are already allowed at Parent Mutuals in Miami-Dade and Broward, but nowhere else other than the Seminole casinos and other Indian casinos. But this would expand that to allow it in Palm Beach County and another site in Miami-Dade. Already we're seeing that that's causing a lobbying debate because several counties in the state have approved referendums. The voters have approved referendums to try to allow slot machines. There's a case at the Florida Supreme Court right now about whether the facility in Gretna, which is a small community in Gadsden County, should be able to offer slots. So there's already an issue there. Another, there's, for instance, down in Lee County, there's a track in Bonita Springs. They want to offer slots. So if Palm Beach is allowed to offer them, you can bet that some of these others are going to be lobbying heavily. One other thing to watch that we've heard, and it's a little early in this process, but that the House Speaker may want slots at the Melbourne track, which is in his home county. So once you open the doors on the gambling issues, there's all sorts of interest from all over the state.
It seems like there's a big gambling issue or set of issues almost every year, but this will certainly open Pandora's box. Jim, thank you so much. If you're interested in news and public affairs about Florida government and politics, visit the Advances section of our website.